Greetings everyone, it's Fred Sweet. Welcome to Guitar Media's Marshall JMP video series. Today we're going to be taking a look at this 1983 Fender Bullet, and we'll be jamming the 1972 Marshall model 1959 100 watt Super Lead. Our close microphone will be the Shure SM57, and the room microphone will be the Sennheiser E609. The speakers we'll be using will be the 1968 Greenbacks and the Mini Bluesbreaker cabinet. Please stay tuned. At the end of the video, we'll be going over output tube voltage ratios. Welcome to the output tube voltage ratio section of this video. A voltage ratio, say an output tube allows for 500 volts on the plates or is designed to run at 500 volts and you're running it at 500 volts. That would be equal to a 1-to-1 ratio, a 5-to-5 ratio, a 50-to-50 ratio, or a 500-to-500 ratio. If say you ran it at 400 volts, that would be equal to a 4-to-5 ratio, a 40-to-50 ratio, or a 400-to-500 ratio. With EL34s and JMP amplifiers typically run anywhere in between 400 and 500 volts on the plates. Now, EL34s are rated for up to 500 volts on the plates. Typically, I find that they have a tendency to like 450, better. And so with that said, the voltage ratio in most JMP amplifiers is basically would be considered 1-to-1, or maybe a little less or maybe a little more. And so the upside to this, running it at its maximum capability, it's also giving you the maximum sound quality. It's reaching its full potential. So that's the upside. The downside is it is taxing the tube. It's running it hot, and it can be burning it up, obviously, if it's over, if the ratio is over. shortening the life of the output tube. With 6550s, because they actually run as high as 660 volts, which I would say really 600 is probably as high as you'd really ever want to go with the 6550. Still, it would be considered a low voltage ratio, in most JMP's average being around 450. 450 to 600, so that's a 450 to 600 or a 45 to 60 ratio, or 4.5 to 6 ratio. So that's a low voltage ratio in JMP amplifiers, and what this means is the sound quality of the tube is going to be a little lower because it's not reaching its full potential of what it can do. So that's the downside. The upside is that the 6550 will have a much longer lifespan because it's more or less an idle and not really being overworked at all. Thanks for watching, and check our channel for our latest videos.